Welcome to NT Coins World, your go-to channel for rare and valuable coins. In today's video, we're diving deep into two of the most fascinating nickels in American history, the 1945 Jefferson nickel and 1948 P. Jefferson nickel. This is no ordinary 5-cent coin. It belongs to the famous War Nickels series, which played a crucial role in US coinage history during World War II. We'll cover everything you need to know about this coins, including its historical background, unique design features, mintage details, market value, rare errors, and why collectors highly seek it. Stick around because you might have a hidden gem in your collection worth way more than 5 cents. Let's get started. The 1945 Jefferson nickel was minted during the final year of World War II. From 1942 to 1945, the United States faced a critical shortage of nickel, a key metal used in producing military equipment like tanks, artillery, and aircraft. To conserve nickel for the war effort, the U.S. Mint made a significant change to the composition of the 5-cent coin. Starting in mid-1942, the composition of the Jefferson nickel changed from its standard 75% copper and 25% nickel to a special wartime alloy of 56% copper, 35% silver, and 9% manganese. This adjustment allowed the government to redirect nickel supplies to the war while still maintaining coin production. The 1945 Jefferson nickel was the last year of these special war nickels, making it historically significant as the final piece of this short-lived but crucial change in U.S. coinage. The 1945 Jefferson nickel follows the standard Jefferson nickel design created by Felix Schlag in 1938. However, there are key distinguishing features that set this coin apart from regular nickels. A left-facing portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States and author of the Declaration of Independence. Above his head, the motto, "In God We Trust," is inscribed. To the left, the word liberty appears, followed by the year 1945. The iconic depiction of Monticello, Jefferson's Virginia home, appears in the center. Above Monticello, the Latin phrase "a pluribus unum" is inscribed. Below, the word Monticello is prominently displayed. Beneath Monticello, the denomination 5 cents and United States of America appear. The most significant feature unique to the 1945 Jefferson nickel is the large mint mark above Monticello. Unlike regular nickels, which had small mint marks or none at all war nickels, 1942 to 1945, have a large P, D, or S mint mark above Monticello. This was the first time in U.S. history that a P mint mark, Philadelphia Mint, was used on a coin. It was also the last time a Philadelphia mint mark appeared on a nickel until 1980. The 1945 Jefferson nickel was minted at 3 locations: Philadelphia, P119 million 408,100, Denver, D37 million 158,000, San Francisco, S58 million 939,000. Philadelphia had the highest mintage, while Denver had the lowest. These coins are all 35% silver, making them valuable not just to coin collectors, but also to silver investors. The value of a 1945 Jefferson nickel depends on its condition and whether it has any rare errors. Since it contains 35% silver, it also has intrinsic metal value. Here's a rough estimate of its worth based on condition: circulated good to fine $1.50 to $3, extremely fine XF $5 to $8, uncirculated MS60 to MS65 $15 to $50, gem uncirculated MS66 plus $75 to $250, plus full steps, highly detailed Monticello, stairs 500 to 1,500 plus nickels graded MS67 or higher are extremely rare and can command over $3,000 at auction. Collectors love error coins, and the 1945 Jefferson nickel has some valuable varieties. Here are the top errors to watch for. This error features doubling in the inscriptions Monticello and 5 cents. DDR varieties can sell for $50 to $500 plus, depending on condition. When the coin isn't properly aligned during striking, part of the design gets cut off. Off-center strikes of 10% to 30% are worth $50 to $200 plus, while extreme errors can fetch $500 plus. Some 1945-D or 1945-S nickels have a repunched mint mark, meaning the D or S was stamped more than once. Depending on the clarity of the doubling, these can be worth $50 to $300. A portion of the coin is missing due to an error in the cutting process before striking. These range from $25 to over $150, depending on how severe the clip is. The 1945 Jefferson nickel is one of the most historically important nickels ever made. As the last of the war nickels, it represents a unique chapter in American numismatic history. It's one of the few nickels ever made with silver, Philadelphia's first mint mark ever on a US coin. A reminder of America's efforts during World War II. Collectors seek out rare DDR off-center and repunched mint mark varieties. If you have a 1945 Jefferson nickel, especially one in great condition, it could be worth much more than face value. Check for full steps details, mint errors, or uncirculated condition to maximize its value. The 1948 P. Jefferson nickel. The Jefferson nickel series began in 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel, which had been in circulation since 1913. The design, created by sculptor Felix Schlag, was chosen in a public competition. His depiction of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and Monticello on the reverse became an enduring design in American coinage. The 1948 P. Jefferson nickel was minted just a few years after World War II, during a time when the US economy was stabilizing and production of regular nickel coins resumed. After the war era Silver War nickels from 1942 to 1945. The 1948 nickel was the first full year of production after the removal of the large mint marks from the war nickel period. With its copper-nickel composition, the 1948 P nickel was part of a return to normalcy in US coinage, reflecting the nation's economic recovery and post-war growth. The obverse, front, of the 1948 P. Jefferson nickel features a left-facing portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third U.S. president, designed by Felix Schlag. The motto "In God We Trust" appears along the left rim. The word liberty and the year 1948 are displayed on the right side. The reverse, back, of the coin includes a detailed image of Monticello, Jefferson's famous home in Virginia. The Latin phrase "a pluribus unum," out of many, one, at the top. The denomination 5 cents and country name United States of America below Monticello. One of the key details collectors examine is the strike quality. Some nickels from this era were weakly struck, leading to poorly defined details in Monticello's steps. This makes the full steps FS variety particularly desirable. The 1948 Jefferson nickel was produced at 3 mints. Philadelphia, no mint mark, 89,348,000 coins. Denver, D mint mark, 44,734,000 coins. San Francisco, S mint mark, 11,328,000 coins. The Philadelphia Mint produced the highest number, making the 1948 P nickel a common date in circulated grades. However, well-preserved examples with full steps, FS, are much scarcer. The value of a 1948 P. Jefferson nickel varies depending on its condition. Circulated condition, good to very fine, 10 cents to $1. Extremely fine XF, 40 to XF 45, $1 to $3. Uncirculated MS 60 to MS 65, $5 to $25. High-grade uncirculated MS 66 to MS 67, $50 to $500 plus. The most valuable 1948 P nickel sold for over $8,000 in MS-67 full steps at auction due to its pristine condition and sharp Monticello steps. Collectors love error coins, and the 1948p Jefferson nickel has several valuable varieties. This is the most sought-after feature for collectors. If all 5 or 6 steps of Monticello are sharply struck and complete, the coin earns the full steps FS designation, increases the value significantly, especially in higher mint states. Look for doubling in the letters Liberty, In God We Trust, or the date 1948. These are rare and can command prices from $50 to $1,000 plus. Depending on grade, if the coin was misaligned during minting, it may show part of the design missing. A 10 to 30% off-center coin can be worth $50 to $200, while extreme cases, 50% plus off-center, can fetch even higher prices. A small part of the coin's edge is missing due to improper blank cutting. These errors typically range from $20 to $150 plus, depending on severity. Small breaks in the die can cause raised lines or blobs of metal on the coin. Minor die cracks are common and not worth much, but large cuds, raised areas where part of the die broke off, can be valuable, sometimes reaching $100 plus. The 1948 P. Jefferson nickel may not be the rarest coin, but it has great potential for collectors. It's an affordable classic for beginners, while high-grade full steps varieties and error coins attract serious numismatists. If you're searching for valuable 1948 nickels, focus on. If you have a 1948 P. Jefferson nickel, check it under magnification for errors. A small detail could turn your 5-cent coin into a $1,000 rarity. That wraps up today's deep dive into the 1945 Jefferson nickel and 1948 P. Jefferson nickel. If you learned something new or found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to NT Coins World for more in-depth coin videos. Do you have a 1945 Jefferson nickel and 1948 P. Jefferson nickel in your collection? Have you come across any rare errors? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and until next time, happy collecting.